Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. I'm here with Ralph Michaels and Preston, the Sports Cheetah. We're talking about 2% plays. Now, if you're a longtime regular to WagerTalk, you know that our rating system is 3%, 4%, 5%, and then once a year, a capper can have a 6% Game of the Year play. We are adding another rating, and we just started it this week. We're adding 2% plays. Now, these plays are going to be subscription-based only. They will not be available in daily plays. If you're a subscription-based where you've got a 7-day, 30-day, or longer package, you'll get them. Also, if you buy our weekend all-access packages, you will get the 2% plays. The 2% plays also kind of jokingly, AKA, are the Sports Cheetah plays. You've been lobbying to add the 2% plays, and give us your thought behind the 2% plays. And you're somebody that is a high volume player, so this is right up your alley.
Sure, I know you guys had it, your way, the way it was when I first came, and that's fine, and you're allowed to tell me what to do, but I did suggest,
yes,
hey, my volume is really high, and I think clients will be more comfortable having a 2% base unit versus a 3%. And I make people I talk to all the time that are clients, I tell them, bet whatever you're comfortable with. If you only want to bet 1%, because we got 17 plays on a weekend between college football and NFL, that's fine too. That's where I originally started, was betting 1% bankroll per play. And I've since upped that because I realized when your expected edge is higher, then you should be betting more per play anyways. And so if you're flipping coins, you probably shouldn't be betting 3% a game anyways. And so I think this is going to be a good option for people that are
not that you're flipping coins, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I stopped betting 1% bankroll, and actually I'm doing 2% personally, and I think that's fine. But I think ultimately, my one point I want to get across is, that's really up to the client, however they want, and however they're comfortable betting. We use the 3%, 4% stuff to track, how a handicapper's doing over the course of a season or whatnot. But I think it's really important that the client just bets the way that they feel comfortable betting, and then they can obviously get input from us. But for my specific, bets going on next season, since we do have a lot of bets, 2% will probably be the base play from now on, and I'll have the 1 or 2, 3 to 4% plays, and then on the occasions we have bigger plays too, throughout the week, and we'll sell those individually. But this 2% gives a little more, I think, comfortable base to most of the clients that are doing the subscriptions, especially for football, which are season long or year round.
Yeah. Vegas Synergy's another group that, cappers, that they have a high volume of plays, on the weekends and such, and they will be using a lot of 2% plays. But our regular cappers will be using 2% plays too. Ralph, how will you be incorporating 2% plays?
2%s are great because there's a lot of games that fit into the mold of being close. And, when I talk to my customer base, many customers don't realize that there's an all-access package and then there's the daily plays. Now, they may go to the website at WagerTalk.com, see that I have a 4% daily play up, and they think that's the entire card for the day. So why spend $69 for an all-access package when on Friday he only has 4% play? That may not be true at all. I may have 2 3% plays and 2 2% plays. So in all, you're getting 5 plays. So the value of 1 play on a daily package does not translate into a weekend all-access package. I've never sold my plays anywhere as such a good deal as the WagerTalk Weekend All Access Package. I mean, it's an incredible deal for the customers to try you for a weekend or a week or a month, and it's just a fabulous way for you to let the customers see what you are like as a handicapper, and for them to see if they're comfortable with the way you handicap those games. Yeah.
Now, for me, for the 2%, where it's going to be a benefit is I am the opposite end of you. I'm a low volume player because a lot of my stuff is situational based along with statistical based, and I need to have so many different things line up exactly right before I actually make it a play. And I like having the bigger plays, but having less plays. That's the way I've always attacked over my career. But there are so many plays that are almost there. And, it's a situation where, I don't want to put out 5 plays all the time and have the big ratings because my customers are used to that. Well, now with the 2% play, I can give my customers more plays with the 2% rating that, maybe, just missed. But all of my plays, and I know you do the same, Ralph, we do, write-ups with them in that. And a lot of times you might get something that, a line moves during the course of the day, maybe mid-afternoon, that now brings the game into range where you would have played it, where in the morning you didn't. But you don't have time to write an extensive analysis with it. So we can pop it up with the 2% plays. The 2% plays will not come with analysis. They will, just have the plays. The work is still behind them. We've done all the thought process. We just haven't taken the time to add the write-up to it. So my customers will start seeing more plays, in their daily packages with adding some 2% plays.
Marco, we talk often during the day, and, in Preston, the customer should realize that these are plays that we're all playing.
Yeah.
2% plays do not mean lesser plays or lesser. They're just plays that don't fit into the 3 or 4 or 5% category, but they're plays that we're still playing every day. Now it just gives us to get them to an option to the customers and puts them in the same perspective as a 3% or a 4% play.
And a lot of times a lineup change will happen later in the afternoon that in the morning the line was such, but, now there's an adjustment, made because of the lineup. Maybe it's an over adjustment, maybe it's an under adjustment. If your numbers say that's different and you see value, you want to take advantage of it, and it's a quick way to do it. And one other thing for our customers to remember, that when you are a subscriber, a subscription based, the minute a play is loaded to the system, you get an email telling you that there's a play. So you're not going to miss a play. That's another beauty of being a subscriber. So check it out at WagerTalk. And guys, don't forget, you heard Preston mention about the $2 Tuesday. Well, last week he was, or I should say yesterday, he was the $2 Tuesday capper, delivered a winner with that first half wager on the Clippers. And every Tuesday we take one capper and we highlight their best bet of the day for just $2. It's a great way to introduce yourself to a new capper or just introduce yourself to WagerTalk. Check it out each and every Tuesday, $2 Tuesday. Get a best bet for just $2. Hope you enjoyed this week's videos. We'll be back next week with more here at WagerTalk.com.